Well, time for our next guest now. Chris Paton is a business owner who has brought 20 incredible industry leaders together in one book called Purposeful People. He carefully selected each person to ensure that a diverse range of industries are covered. He joins us live now. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Hi, how are you?
Very well. Look, tell us a little bit about this and the concept behind the book.
The Purposeful People book was put together as a way to try and combat some of the fear and uncertainty and anxiety that lots of people are feeling, I think, right now. What we've faced over the last year to 18 months has caused a lot of difficulties for a lot of people. And I thought, how can I try and help? I'm just one person and, don't have a huge range of influence. So I thought if I could put together some tales of adversity and how people have overcome that adversity and resilience and their tips for that, then maybe it would help people read the book, get a bit more comfortable with where they are and their own purpose.
So tell us about some of the industries that are represented within the book.
You have all sorts. You have sectors from former trauma nurses who are now working within oil and gas. You have financial sector represented. You have healthcare. You have gender advisors and reframing the gender challenges and that side of things. So there's a really broad range that can touch on just about any sector or segment.
And when you read through each of their stories, what are the common threads, I guess, for living with purpose?
A lot of it is about having something that you value, something that I think that you feel is important to you. That's what seems to come across, whether it is about your own personal challenges or whether it's challenges within the business or the organization that you belong to. And I think it's the themes that draw out are how can you make more of that and live with that and make it more a part of your life.
And so what are some tips, I guess, for actually implementing that? Because I think people are feeling a little bit lost after last year. What are some tips for living with purpose?
I think the first thing for me is that it's very difficult to define your own purpose because you'll tend to put something forward as what you would want to be rather than who you actually are. So the first thing from a personal perspective is to ask friends, ask family, what is it that they think you do and you do well? Get somebody else's perspective on you because otherwise you will tend to want to try and be somebody that you're not actually true to. And that can act the same as an organization. If as an organization or as a business or as a charity, you ask your clients, your consumers, your customers, what it is that they like about you. Sometimes purpose is defined as what people would miss if you weren't there and if that organization wasn't there. So asking people about that can be a really good way to help you understand your own purpose.
And tell us, what about the response you've had to the book? What have people thought about it?
We've had some fantastic reviews, some incredible reviews from a diverse range of individuals in the medical industry, from people in the police and the emergency services, vice president of Oracle, all sorts coming through. And I think the common theme seems to be that they like the fact you can dip in and out of any of the 20 chapters. It's not a story that you have to read from chapter 1 all the way through. And you can pick out elements around purpose in yourself or within your team or within an organization. And yes, to drop in as a #1 hot bestseller on Amazon, on day one in the entrepreneurship category is something we're pretty delighted with.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge accolade in itself, Chris. Well, it sounds fascinating, and certainly I think a lot of people are looking for inspiration as we try and hit the reset button, as we sort of emerge out the ashes of COVID-19. If people want to get their hands on the book for a read, where can they do it?
They can find it on the KMD Books website, which is the publisher who has kindly published this book for us, and it's in support of 4 great charities. So all of the proceeds from the book go to the charities, and none of it comes back to any of us as authors, and that's another part of that purpose that we're fulfilling.
Well, congratulations to you and everyone involved in the project. Thanks for joining us and sharing your story with us on Ticker.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.